Alright guys, I'm just here at the park with my Dart Zone Pro. Just going to be going over it, how it is in its current form. I do have a few modifications more to make for it, but this is basically just going to be, it's taking advantage of a nice day. I mean, look at that. So, we're going to start tip to the end, just like Grand Thumb. First off, I got this, this is a worker, one of the large suppressors, I think. And I've made a few modifications to it. First, it doesn't have that red tube that goes inside, so it's just aluminum. And then also I made, I dremeled out the inner ring of it there, just so it could slide over this kind of stuff easier. And that's all that is. It just threads onto one of those muzzle brakes. Next thing, and what it's protecting, is my Lego DEI Accuratio Mark 2,000,006, I believe. No, I don't know. They are making a lot of adjustments and modifications to this over time. I have not tinkered this in the slightest. I just ordered it, was satisfied. Did a little bit of sanding and cleaning up on the porting holes, just because there's a few, spider webs or whatever in there. But nice. I love the way this thing works. That you can feel the porting blast and absolutely rifles the darts. So that is cool. Next, and you guys are going to excuse my dirty nails because I was out doing yard work today, so it's out of here. Probably going to regret this. Okay, well, maybe not. This is my ghetto aluminum barrel extender. I don't really want to say ghetto. What I have here is a barrel that is too short. It stops about right here. So how am I going to get that on there? The solution is this thing that fits in there. This worker barrel material holds it. This is some orange tape, and there's another actual plastic spacer on the other end of that holds it perfectly centered. This has been chamfered, or beveled, whatever we're going to call it. So it just gives the dart, it doesn't make any difference to the dart speed. The air seal on it is actually almost enough to hold air. It is an air leak, but it's up near the front of the barrel, the end, just inches before a break. And if you look at the original Dart Zone Pro's air seal, it wasn't that great. So mine without this is perfect, and this is how I'd use it in CQB situations. But when I actually am doing target shooting like I'm going to be doing today, I use this. And this is just a piece of aluminum barrel from another one of those worker kits. So basically if you have two of those, then you can cut one to the right length, and it just sticks out of that enough to give that a room to attach. And yeah. After that we have the, I'm not going to take this whole thing down for the video. That was just to sort of show you how that works. This is the worker threaded, I think, night muzzle brake. Really good. I love the red. And then next behind that, you might notice that there's a front sight. That is off of one of the Star Wars micro shots. And then it has a little fiber optic bead that I housed in a piece of like ABS kind of stuff that I had laying around. And then there's a little space up there and just hot glued on there so I could take that off whenever I want to. Just gives me a reference point with the scope. Behind that is a Magpul clone AFG. And this thing is all warped, so you can see it's kind of like, standing at attention a little bit on the end there. And my ultimate goal in the future is to actually get a metal plate mounted under here that I could attach some Picatinny off in kind of like a bayonet style, so I could get a tripod or a bipod for this thing and actually really complete the sniper look. But yep, just $5 off of Amazon, this thing. Nice and good. Had to do a lot of sanding on it. Next we have a Picatinny sling point. It's a huge failing of the Dart Zone Pro that it doesn't have any really good sling points. Some people say you can use stuff like these or whatever, but I'm not a fan of that. And then attached to that is this Magpul, or some sort of clone thing. I'm not really knowledgeable on that. Sling from, I think this is Foam Blast. I'm going to tangle it here. And I think it's just a quick adjustable one. I love the color. I love the texture of it. I got my Cuddle Team leader on there. And then I have my Let's Be Bad Guys Firefly pin. And you can see it's got pretty cool blaster yourself there, Jane. And starting back here, we got a, well, underneath here I mentioned I have the worker power kit barrel. It's like 9 inches, but then when it nests into the breech that you get from like the metal breech I have, it's a lot shorter than even the stock barrel that came with this. So Something I figured out. I probably will eventually get a longer barrel, maybe just to get rid of that whole situation. But then I would still need to have the longer barrel sticking out of this, and I wouldn't have the option to go back as easily. So this actually kind of gives me that variability. This is a water slide decal of a cool tiger. That is a dry transfer from a Gundam kit. There is my statement to the world there. And these are the 10-shot short dart mags. And I love those. I have like 5 or 6 of those now. They all have various stickers like that on them. Mine is number 327, so also another water slide decal. And those aren't very strong, so if anyone else puts those down, you might find that they come off really easily. So I actually put a layer of super glue over it and then just kind of do a little finger wipe, and that becomes my clear coat for it. I did a couple of clear coats for this one just because it was so big. And I didn't do ones for this one just because dry transfers the way they are, they kind of like heat transfer themselves on with the pressure, so that's the way that is. Anyway, moving on. Inside here, attached to the barrel, is the worker aluminum breech for the Prophecy. I highly suggest you get that just to get rid of all the engineering Dart Zone did with their barrel system. So yeah, get rid of that. And then behind that, I have the worker metal pusher, and then also have the worker purple bolt sled. So that's all nice and metal. It sounds like almost a real steel gun when it's racking, so that's cool. Attached up here, I have a Monstrum 1 to 6 or 1 to 4 times low power variable optic with has a cool lever on there and custom number. Just put that on with a Gunpla marker and a silver Sharpie. That is a piece of heat shrink tubing just to give that more softness against the front of my finger, because I use the front of my finger to drop the mag out. That's another benefit of using these worker short dart full-size mags, is that you can use the original mag release with that. So that is cool. Next, I didn't modify the spring. I didn't modify anything to do with the trigger or the catch or anything. I have been in there though. I have some. Let me show you here. See that? Those are ABS blocks to give the stock something to grip onto so it doesn't collapse forward or back. And that lets me use a sling point without it pulling off, which is really important to me. Then, on top of the stock, I have a piece from some sort of Nerf blaster. This is a foam cheek pad to go with the scope. That has a bit of paracord looped through there with a knot to give me something to attach this rear sling point to. And I think that might be it. Our FPS with the Lego DEI thing is around 170, so with the longer barrel I think we're getting a little bit, and then that might be taking some away. The real benefit I have is with this rear scope ring. I actually have a spacer in there to give this a 20 MOA cant, which lets me just have a little bit longer range, basically. Lets me have the blaster be kind of angled up while the scope is faced forward. And then you're just kind of very lightly lobbing your shots in. So it lets you shoot from further away, but still be seeing where you're hitting. If you've ever watched Bradley Phillips' videos, you'll notice that he's aiming in the trees, and then he has to kind of quickly move the blaster down to see where he hits. My thing is that I want to have the blaster be aiming up where it needs to be to get that far, but then have the scope be pointing where the dart is actually going to be hitting. So, and that's kind of what I have here. And coming in the mail, I'm going to actually have a spacer, a riser that gets the scope up a little bit higher to clear my front sight just a little bit more, and then also adds even more cant, so I'll have like a 40 MOA cant, and then I'll be probably able to get out to 140, 150 feet, I'm thinking. Right now I'm limited to about 120, I would say. I'll have to measure that out here in a minute and really check, but yeah, that is about all the mods I've done to this thing so far. That 20 MOA riser is probably going to be the last thing, in addition to the bipod thing, and we'll see how long it takes me to get that stuff done, but anyway, I'm going to take some actual shots now, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you.